G'day sawdust makers. This is a bit different. I haven't done a video like this before. I feel like Dirk. I feel like I'm watching Sumo's projects. G'day Sumo. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to transform my shed. I'm flattered by the support that I get from you guys, the YouTube community. I appreciate everyone that subscribes and everyone that leaves a comment. Everyone's going, mate, you know, do a shop tour. Show you where I'm at with my space. I want you to ask me some questions. So I'm going to do a part 2, and I'm going to do it soon. Slow 360. They've got to go. Those blue containers. You might recognise that stool. I even said at the beginning of 2019 that that was my resolution for the year, was to clean up the shed and do a bunch of projects like that. I didn't do that, and that's what I'm going to do now. This video will no doubt have a lot of continuity issues. Probably the beard, you reckon? Probably the hair. Because I'm just going to take a little bit as I go. Tool wall is just a disaster. That these bench tops, really want those very tidy. I've got an idea of what I'm going to do with that, and I think it's going to look pretty good. This old fan, that'll be a project to replace that old fan. Helps air the place out a little bit. And my workbench, it's quite a nice bench, but I mean, you can't see it at all. The reason why it's been like this is because I want to do everything right. I want to do everything really, really good. And I've been overthinking it. And I hate doing that. Part of what I do is just doing it and figuring it out and just getting it done. So overthinking is... Oh, I can hear the jokes now. Yeah, quite clearly I don't overthink things. But it's true. I just rush into it. Anyway, I've been researching storage for this and how to do the storage for that and how to perfectly hang your chisels and the best, most awesome hack for your screwdrivers. Who cares? Just I'll get a piece of wood and I'll drill some holes in it and the screwdrivers can go in it. You know? Like, I'm going to talk more about my workbench a little bit later because I'm in two minds about that. So if you like it, put your hand up because I might just give it away. Anyway, I'm rambling. G'day. I did say at the start that there would most likely be some continuity errors or differences, and I think, yeah. Anyway, I've been talking about fixing up the shed for a long time and tidying up the tool wall and everything. You've probably just heard me banging on about it. It's currently Easter. Are you serious? Is it only Easter? Or Good Friday, 2020, which means the entire world is facing the apocalypse of coronavirus. Oh, mate. I'm in October now. Jeez, you've got a long way to go. Behind me, I've upgraded that storage there. I've gone a bit fancy. I found homes for all my squares and other bits and pieces. I measured up that wall between the two ends. I measured that section, and also that section. So each 3 bits. Then I got as close as I could, reached as high as I could, and took a measurement from there. So I knew, you know, I could comfortably reach that spot. Added in my PowerPoint and the shelf. I drew the wall with the different sections and the shelf in my PowerPoint. Then I measured all things, screwdrivers, my chisels, my clamps. I measured everything. Everything is to scale, and then like Tetris, I've just been working out where does it all fit? Where can I put this? You know, what can go up high because it's long and I'll be able to reach it? You know, I was going to keep that shelf. Works out better if I just get rid of it and keep half of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I do like my little holder for the pliers. I think that's kind of nifty. And what I've done with the screwdrivers and chisels and everything, I like it. But I just want to do it differently. I want to use the space differently. And all this junk just piles up. That's my dust extractor, which I've had since Christmas 2018, which I haven't set up yet, only because I'm overthinking things. I want to make sure that all of my tools are in the right spot so I can make it as efficient as possible. There's sort of no man's land in there. Fridge gets a workout. And then just, you know, I mean, up on these shelves, that's all just crap I don't need. You know, I can reuse that. My table saw doesn't really get used that much. Gets used more as a table than a table saw. So I've got a sink that isn't plumbed up yet. I've got this sort of, you know, no man's land in here, and a cupboard full of stuff that I don't use. My shop vac with my cyclone separator is just tucked away there. That's an old bed frame, because I was going to use it for a project and changed my mind, so I decided not to move it. Behind that red sheet, now I've said many times that I do like to reclaim things. That's a 60-inch LED smart TV with a very small crack in the screen. Works fine. It just has a couple of black lines on it. So, don't know. Might pull it apart and use the LEDs. So it'd be good to have a bit of a setup, you know, a smart TV, not 60-inch, but something that I can just, you know, quickly turn on, maybe watch the footy on, maybe watch YouTube, you know, get plans up there, instructions, and my music. 60-inch, mate. Just chucking it away. Madness. Madness. No matter how much the design changes of this shed, there's still definitely going to be my type of decorations. Even this. Here's my little compressor. I have a line going up. Now I want that to go up there. Oh, those lights are new. And I want to have a little gantry with power, a power lead, air, and a camera boom arm. So that's all just full of crap, okay, all the way along. A lot of my nesting boxes. You'll continue to see those. I'm thinking of moving my miter station a little bit more towards the end, and then actually having, you know, flip-top carts or pull-out type holders for my table saw, thicknesser, drill press, bandsaw, the sanding machine. Yep, yeah, one of them. And then basically just having it all my dust extractors running in one line. And I think I can pull it off. So that was a little bit of background on the shed and you know, some of the things that I've done, and some of the things I hope to do in the future. I've tried to, you know, go through this as quickly as I can. Send me your questions. I will do my best to answer all of them. What would you like to see? So if you've been following me for a little while, especially on some of the other channels, you'll know that I actually have a backlog of videos. When I answer your questions and have the Shop Tour Part 2, I'm going to give you a little bit of a glimpse into a few of those videos. I've got some fun, weird and wacky things coming up. You're going to see a project. I probably shouldn't call it a project. It's bloody ridiculous. And another thing that's really exciting, bearded pineapple tape measure. I'm not going to bang on about it now. This is an Australian tape measure. It is bloody awesome, and I have a bunch of them to give away very soon. Free tapey tape. And also, which bang on the end of this video is I'm surrounded by trees. So when the wind picks up, yeah, it can be a little bit frightening in here sometimes. I've pushed my workbench all the way down that end because I just finished building a huge messmate unit and I needed a lot of room in here. Oh. Perils of living in the Dandenongs. I'm surrounded by enormous trees, make a lot of noise on the roof and they scare the crap out of me. And one day a tree's going to come through this thing and that'll be the end of me. My Vic Emergency app is going flat stick with trees down and people needing rescues, and this wind is shocking. I probably should stay inside, but yeah.